Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
What a wonderful.
It's been a while since I said that and put my intro in the video, but I just figured that the intro works better for sit down videos, which I haven't done in a while. So welcome to my sit down video. It's been a while since I just spoke to you guys and I miss it. And also, if I keep staring at myself, it's because I finally got a good vlog camera, so I have a viewfinder now to stare at myself in, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we're doing a girl talk video today, so if you're a guy, leave, because this is a safe space for women only. And yeah, I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions. We're going to talk about body hair, we're going to talk about sex, relationships, all sorts of things. So I'm very excited. I know I look a little homeless right now, but I feel like at this point you guys should be used to that, so I'm not even gonna address it, even though I just did, but whatever. Let's just get into the video. It's also 11:30 right now, so I'm a little tired, but I figured this is probably the best time to film like a deep girl talk vibe video. Someone asked me bikini wax or shave, which do you prefer? And someone else also asked me, have you ever tried waxing down there? So I'm just going to club those two questions together. To answer your question, yes, I have tried waxing down there once, and it was the first time I ever did any hair removal process down there. And I think I was 15 or 16 and I wasn't allowed to, so I hid it from my mom and I went with a friend to a salon and I got a bikini wax, and it was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. And I generally have a pretty good pain tolerance, so I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it was. I was literally in tears, and that was the first and last time. We'll never do it again. After that I just started shaving, and I shave right now too. But I also have done 3 to 4 sessions of laser hair removal down there, and it's worked like magic. Like, it's reduced the amount of hair, how the duration it takes to grow, the thinning, it's made it thinner and stuff, so it's very convenient, but it is expensive, which is why I stopped. So I'm saving a little more money to finish my sessions, and then I will be hair free for a while, which is very exciting. So yeah, to answer your question, I shave right now and I have gotten a bikini wax. Also, if you hear Cosmo, he has the zoomies right now, so he's a little crazy right now. Next question is, did you feel hesitant before moving in with Shane? It's a pretty big decision. Yes, I did, and no, I didn't. Yes, because like you said, it's a big decision, and getting a place with someone is a big commitment and long-term commitment. But every time Shane and I do spend time together, we kind of live together anyway. Like in LA, he would live in my apartment for a few days out of the week. When he comes to India, he stays with me. He used to stay with me at my dad's house for like a month or two at a stretch. So it was basically like we were living together. And also, this apartment isn't really like us moving in, because Shane isn't moving to India. But when he does spend time in India, he usually comes for like a month or more. And so when he comes, he'll be staying here with me and we'll be splitting the rent. When he doesn't, I'll be paying the rent and living here alone. So it's not really like moving in, but it's kind of like half moving in, if that makes sense. Next question is first time having sex tips. So I don't think I really have tips for the first time for having sex. The main thing is just you need to make sure you're 100% ready, because it is a big decision. At least for me, it's a big decision. So when you feel 100% ready and you're not doing it because of peer pressure, or because someone's pressuring you into it, or because you think that's what you're supposed to do, as long as it's not for those reasons, it's good. Make sure that you're comfortable with the person, make sure you're comfortable with your own self. Yeah, just be as relaxed and comfortable as you can be, and that obviously will only happen if you're 100% ready for it. And obviously it will be nerve-wracking. It is for everyone, but it's a big first thing. Someone asked me thoughts on menstrual cup. I think it's great for the environment for sure, and I definitely want to try it. I haven't yet. I've never used it till now, just because the idea of putting a big cup up there freaks me out. Just the logistics of it freak me out. So right now I just use pads or tampons, but I definitely want to switch to a menstrual cup. But I haven't tried it yet because it just scares me a little, but I will try it soon. Someone asked me, how can girls communicate to guys if they're not enjoying sex, because sometimes they get egoistic. This is a conversation that I think is so important to have, because a lot of times I think guys, like younger guys, especially like teenage guys or like 18 to 20-year-old guys, usually like think sex is just about like, you know, them finishing, which it isn't. It's supposed to be enjoyable for both parties involved. The conversation also depends on like your situation. Like if you're in a relationship, I think it would be a lot easier to have the conversation versus if you're hooking up with someone. The most important thing I think is for you to figure out what you like and what works for you, so you can actually communicate it to the guy. Because if you don't know what you like and if you haven't discovered your own like sexuality and preferences yet, then it'll be hard to communicate it to the guy. So once you figure out what you like, you should honestly just be open and straightforward. It shouldn't be a conversation you need to be ashamed of at all. Like there's two people in sex, so it should be enjoyable for both. So I think you should just be honest and tell them that what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Try it with them, do things on your own to figure out what you like. And yeah, the next question is, how do you tell your best friend that you're not comfortable with them being friends with your ex? If it's really a good best friend, someone you consider to close like best friend, it shouldn't be that hard. You should just tell them openly like, hey, you know, I don't have a great relationship with this person, or I didn't have a great relationship with this person and I don't feel comfortable you being close to them. And if they are a good friend, they'll listen to you. But if their priorities are different, then you know you don't need people like that in your life. So someone asked how to handle friends with benefits when you start having feelings for each other but he's not ready for commitment. Friends with benefits, I've never had that situation before, and I don't think I ever will, just because it like scares me. Because I know like there's a lot of people like me that tend to get emotionally attached when anything like intimate is involved. It's kind of a hard situation, but I think the main thing is, before you ever get into that kind of situation, you should always make boundaries clear. And if you do end up falling for each other, or one of you falls for the other, whatever, you should probably end that arrangement, especially if the other person's not interested, just because you would end up getting extremely hurt if it kept going on. Definitely more hurt than you would be if you just ended it and like moved on. And the next question is, can a person who's already in a serious relationship get attracted to someone else? I think it's normal for people to feel attraction to other people, but there's obviously, you need to set boundaries and you need to make sure you don't cross a line. If you just find someone attractive, that's normal. Like obviously our minds are not wired to only find one person attractive. You will find other people attractive, and that's normal, as long as you don't cross a boundary or cross a line, and just keep it as to an attraction, you know. Someone asked me what my turn-ons are. If we're talking about like I'll tell you both physical and like other, like personality wise, I think the biggest turn on is a good sense of humor. I think it's so important to have a sense of humor. Also, like people that aren't arrogant and are like really like I don't know how to describe it, but like nice, like the way they treat other people. If they're like super nice to other people and like kind people, that's a really big turn on. I think those are probably the two biggest like personality turn-ons. And then physical, I think hair is a really big turn-on. Ooh, smell. Like if they wear like a good cologne and they smell really good, that's a big turn-on. Someone asked me thoughts on sending nudes. Personally, it's something that I would not do, just because it freaks me out. Like there's been so many things I've read about where people have leaked nudes and like, you know, things like that. I would never be able to deal with that, so that's something I wouldn't do and I wouldn't recommend doing. But obviously there's people who do enjoy that, and if you do enjoy that, just make sure you know, sending it to someone you trust, and also don't put your face in it, so even if it does get leaked, at least no one will know it's you. You know. Someone asked me, have you ever used birth control? I've never used birth control, just because some of my friends have used birth control and they've had really bad experiences, like their periods getting messed up, and their like hormonal imbalances and their reproductive systems getting like messed up and stuff. And that really scares me, just because I already have irregular periods, so I don't want to like, I know like birth control would probably like make it regular, but I don't know, the other symptoms just freak me out. Like I saw a TikTok once when I was in the US about a girl opening like a sheet of side effects just for birth control, and it was like huge, and that freaks me out. And I'm like, a hypochondriac just because I have anxiety disorder, so I'm already a hypochondriac, so I don't want to deal with any of that. So no, I have never used birth control and I don't think I will. But make sure if you're not using birth control, you're using other contraceptives. Someone asked me what my thoughts on cosmetic surgeries and procedures are. I think I've answered this question in one or two of my videos before, in like a Q&A video or something. I don't think it's a big deal as long as it makes you feel more confident, and as long as you don't lie about it or spread like false narratives about it. Like if you get something done and you lie about it, then you're setting false standards for women. So I don't think you should do that. But if you want to get it. I always said I would never do anything just because like I personally, it wasn't my thing, but I'm actually considering getting under eye fillers next month for my dark circles, because I have really bad genetic dark circles and it's one of my biggest like insecurities, and it just like annoys me because even if I put like concealer and powder and as much makeup as possible, like you can still see my like literal like bags, and it just really annoys me. So I'm considering getting under eye fillers next month. You'll see it later on my channel if I end up doing it or not, but yeah, I'm considering it right now. But that's probably the only thing I would get done on my face. And that was all the questions I have for you guys. I'm sorry if I was looking at myself in the viewfinder too much, but this is my first video on the new vlog camera, so it might take a video or two for me to get used to it, but please don't mind it. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys, being open. I would love to make this a series. If you want this to be a series that I do more often and not once a year, let me know and I would love to do that. Also comment down below if you have any other questions that I could maybe include in the next episode of Girl Talk. Here's Shane and Cosmo's little cameo.
Boys allowed, I thought. Two boys.
But the conversation's over, so now the boys can be here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. I keep checking my analytics and a lot of you guys that watch my videos aren't even subscribed, which I think is extremely rude. Don't you think it's rude? Yeah. It's just a press of a button. So please subscribe and also follow my Instagram. I post a lot of fun little BTS content on there. And yeah, if you want some extra content by me, make sure you follow my Instagram. The link's gonna be down in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you